Morning, folks. Granted Woods Miller Tree Works here. So we're at the site here today. Got a few big old white spruce to get down. Probably just doing one today, but yeah, this is it here. So we got them. There's 4 of them in here. We're only doing 3 this year. They just want to do 3 for now, but and then the next one maybe next year. But so anyway, here's the house. Obviously, you know, we got some pretty big old white spruce here. Obviously, we're starting with this one on the end. So yeah, we got the house there. There's a hydro line there, and hydro line runs through the trees there, and this is all septic here, so we can't put anything over here. Yeah, septic field, and then there's like the septic line, I think, starts there, so we really can't do anything over here. The only spot we can really go, there's the house backyard. The only spot we can go is right there. So yeah, I mean, you know, we should be a clear enough space there, probably, I don't know, 35 feet or so ish. And then you know, if it was to drift, there's an old little shed and like in a little old outhouse or something. He said if those got hit, no big deal, but I mean, should be able to avoid that. They would really have to mess up a cut to kind of hit those anyway. So we're gonna get the saw ready, and yeah, this is the first one on the list. Here we go. So she's a pretty big girl. Like I mean, for our parts, it's good spruce. With a 24-inch bar, I was a little short, so she's probably about 25, maybe 26 on the stump there. So yeah, just got to get her limbed up here. That's kind of all we need to do. We're hauling the limbs out of here, and the homeowner is gonna keep the logs there. But anyway, she's went right exactly where we wanted her, right? So right in the gap here. I mean, that shed's way back there. You got another 20-25 feet at the tip of this tree even to reach that. So we're good here. So so there's one down, and well, there's a skinny one there too, but so there's 3 more technically to come out this week. It's freaking hot, and the bugs aren't too bad so far, but the heat is picking up here. It's supposed to be about 31 today, so yesterday was a scorcher and the bugs were horrendous. I had about a 5-hour job there that felt like 14 hours. Like, it was one of those days where you're hyperventilating and you're so heat exhausted that you're actually start shivering. I was actually really hot, but also at the same time almost feeling kind of cold. So I think that's like obviously your body going into like a regulatory pipe or cool down, you know, maybe like AC would work. It's trying to cool, working really hard, trying to cool your body, eh? So not, you gotta be careful in those temps and that, and like the humidity is up now too, like, so it's freaking hot. I'll probably just do this one tree today and get these limbs off and haul it away. And yeah, the rest of the week is same looking, same temps and all that. So you gotta be careful with that stuff. Anyway, let's get this done. Yeah, so we've been on the job half hour, 45 minutes tops, and just dripping in sweat. Like it is, holy moly. Certainly not doing more than this one tree though. So yeah, we almost got her limbed up there. And then I gotta friggin' sling them up and get it over there and haul them out. So keep going. There's gonna be a few water breaks going here, that's for sure. Well, I got her loaded up here. So yeah, we got a solid load. Truck's filled up. Trailer's maxed out. Yeah, took a very good few hours to limb that up and haul the branches out. So here's what we got. We got just the stem left here, so I'm leaving that for now because this homeowner wanted one of the cheaper options. So I gave a few options, obviously, right? They went with the second cheapest. Obviously, the first cheapest was just cut the tree down and leave it. Second cheapest, cut the tree down, limb off the branches, and haul those away, which I did. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I should have verified even before I started this job that, you know, what's the plan with the stem here, because it's in the lay, and to proceed with cutting anything more, I want it out of the lay, because we're so close to the house here and that, right? I don't want to risk anything, you know, hitting here and taking a kick off and sideswiping the house, right? So like this needs to be out of here. So I'm sure the guy's expecting it probably done as part of that cheaper price, but it's not. I mean, I gave him another price to cut that up and haul it away, which he declined. So he's got to understand that you're not going to get that dealt with for free. Just because you declined having it hauled away doesn't mean there isn't any work involved with cutting that up and say moving it, you know, into another area of the yard. So before I proceed here, yeah, I'm going to make sure that he knows that. And that's my bad. I should have clarified that before I even started. So I might even say to him, you know what, I'll whack that up and just push it off to the side for free. because I should have clarified that. But going forward, like, I'm not handling those logs included in the low price of cutting the tree down and taking the branches away. That's extra. That's another, 2.5 hours of work there, plus, bar oil and gas and whatever, right? So anyway, we're done for today here. I'm glad, because I'm exhausted from this heat. So it's just been relentless all day here. So I'm gonna pack up and get out of here, and we'll get in touch with this homeowner there this afternoon, and we'll get things figured out, and then we can proceed. I just chatted with the homeowner that job was there earlier today, and I hadn't heard back from him. I sent him a text. He's got bad reception, cell phone reception at his place. So I just sent a text. It's easier. I hadn't heard anything back, so I gave him a call. And so everything's straightened out there, yeah. So, yeah, he's interested in, cutting the logs up and doing that himself, saving the few bucks, right? I get that. So I just want to make sure, right? I can't stress the importance enough of, sometimes you get overwhelmed, you're swamped, you're whatever. Everyone's got so much stuff on their minds and whatever. And but the importance, like, it's just keeping the details straight for the work. You got to keep a good sort of clear definition of, the job with the client, right? What's going to happen exactly, right? You want it as exact as possible, because you want to be paid for your work, right? So you got to make sure that you're allotting, when you're giving estimates, like, you're allotting, the right time for yourself. Don't shortchange yourself, add a percentage, just a buffer amount, just to make sure, right? Because when do you ever finish a job, like, early? Very rarely. So I always try to remind myself of that. Like, it's very rare, right? Like, maybe 1 or 2 times a year where you actually, whatever, come in under budget or kind of thing, right? Most of the time you're, like, sort of bang on or giving a little bit extra. So you gotta be careful with that, right? Like, you gotta get paid for your work, you gotta make your money, and running a business is not freaking cheap. There's so many different costs, and depending on where you live too, like where we are, my work year for my business, my tree business, is 6 months, really. Like, our winter is so long, and when winter comes around, tree work is very limited. People put it on the back burner. I try to promote, like, obviously you can do tree work year round, in winter, snow, whatever. I don't care. I do jobs in snow, and wearing snowshoes and whatnot, right? Like, it's doable, and I'll even discount a little bit just to keep the wheels turning, through the year. But yeah, we're so limited, so you got to factor that too. Like, depending on where you live, if you got a really limited season, like, that's a huge factor. Like, you have to factor that in. You can't be shortchanging yourself. You can't be lowballing, as desperate as you can get for work or whatever. Like, that's the worst thing you can do, because I've done it. I know lots of people do, right? And your morale is down. You're beat down, right? When you know you're worth a certain amount, and you're working for, like I did one job earlier, that I spent a month at, and I was probably easily 5,000 shorted myself on that job. I was desperate just to get the work, right? Desperation, yeah, can lead to desperate measures, whatever, like the saying is, I don't know, whatever. But when the bills are calling, the wolves are at the door, like, You know, you gotta, you know, it's a big mind game. Everyone knows that with life and, you know, running your life, paying your bills, running your business, looking after family, whatever. Like it's dealing with humans, whatever, right? People, for the most part, are pretty good to deal with, and like I deal with a lot of awesome people, but yeah, it's very rarely that you deal with people that you want to erase from your life. You know, I've had that maybe a few times in my life, not much. For the most part, any business you do and friends you make and whatever, like it's long term, and you always it's a good thing, it's a positive thing, right? So for the most part, that's what it is. So anyway, it's a quick little, well, not a quick little update, it's a 5-minute update on state of this job. So yeah, the homeowner is gonna cut out the small tree that he was talking about, and then he's gonna buck up that stem that was dropped earlier today, and he's gonna deal with that, and that's perfect. So, and then he'll let me know. He said he'd probably get to that tomorrow maybe, so it's not a rush on the job, whatever. You know, time is not a crunch and whatever, so we'll pick away at it over the next probably 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, whatever, right? There's only 2 more trees to drop, so, but we'll see how ambitious this guy is. Anyway, until next time.